Have I played the Half-Life games? Yes. I love Half-Life 2 so much, and the episodes that came after. I just wish Half-Life 3 would happen. I love the games. They're so good. They're like perfect. There's like see, I'm not a big first-person shooter PvP fan, but I love first-person shooters with good stories that are interesting. Makes me so happy. I was so disappointed to hear Overwatch had no single player or anything. It's just a PvP arena. I was like, that's not what I want. I want a good story game with an explorational world. Exploratory. Yeah, I'm aware that they put lore in Overwatch, but like the fact that you have to you can't even get it in game. It's like, I don't know. I don't care. It's like if they released World of Warcraft and they had lore to all the characters and everything, but like you entered WoW and it was just battlegrounds, and you had to like go outside the game to like read about what was actually going on. It's like, I mean, it's nice that they did that. It's better than them not doing that. But for a guy like me, who I could care less about a PvP arena game, unless it's like has more to it than that, you know. Like League of Legends was fun, but with friends, like in person and LAN party setting and stuff like that. Outside of it, it's really, really hard for me to care about that. That's just the way I am with games. Like I would much rather play a game like this with like story and a world to explore and items to get and characters to build. Just so much more exciting to me. But I do understand that like a majority of people, it seems like a majority of people, just want a game to play, and they don't really care about like that stuff. They just want like mechanics to exploit PvP to happen. I have a friend like that. He could care less about what I care about in games. He just wants to like log into a game and shoot people. You know what I mean? And I understand that that's totally an element of gameplay. It's just not one I've ever cared about. Ever since I was a kid, the games I wanted to play were like Final Fantasy, Zelda, any RPG I could get my hands on. I loved it. Games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat were fun like to goof off with like a friend, but they just didn't have near as much substance to me. I just didn't I didn't care about them. I'd rent them and like play them with friends, but as far as owning them, I never asked my mom to like buy those or save my allowance for games like that. I wanted big story-driven games. Even before I knew they were called RPGs, like I played Miracle Warriors on the game on the Master System, Sega Master System. I loved it. Old crappy graphics, big world RPG, pre-Final Fantasy. Phantasy Star 1. I think it's better than Final Fantasy 1. It's amazing. And it's just, you know, these are, my dad called them story games. He's like, oh, you used to play those story games when you were a kid. I'm like, yeah, I love that stuff. It's fun. That's the type of games that I like. Now, games can have, games like Street Fighter, I love the music. And I did have a lot of fun playing them when I was a kid, so I have real fond memories of them. But not enough to want to go play any new Street Fighters. It's like almost like that was like a snapshot of my childhood. You know what I mean? Games like Mega Man were great, and Mario, because it did feel like you were exploring a world and doing stuff in the game. You know, it felt great. I liked that in games. It was good. I still like that in games.